Hello everyone, this is ICO Talk. My name is Yelena, and today my guest is Nicolaj Martyniuk, a founder of WePower. Hello Nick, thanks for joining us today.
Hello, and thank you for inviting us.
Okay, so please first of all tell us about WePower. What is the main idea behind the project?
Yeah, so WePower idea is to help finance more renewable energy through the help of new financial tools. So essentially we're creating a platform which allows everybody globally to invest in one of the best projects in the world in the countries where energy can be produced at the market price. So you have a combination of global financing plus market-based investment where energy can be produced cheaply and where you have enough resources to do that. And everybody around the world can do that. So in the countries where, if you're in the country where the project is, you'll be able to get energy directly, so basically consume it. Mm-hmm. And if you're outside that country, but you're still investing in one of the projects, you'll basically able to sell it on the WePower platform or wholesale market and get the money back.
Okay, and can you please tell us a few words about the history of the project? When was it launched and who's got the idea of it?
Yeah, so for the past 10 years I was developing renewable energy projects, and during my career I was developing renewable energy projects in Spain. And what happened in the last, let's say 3 years, energy production from renewables became cheaper. Meaning that we didn't need any more subsidies, so you could produce energy at the market price. At the same time, banks decided to lend out less money to those projects, which were oriented towards the market, market price, basically. So the idea was that, well, if consumers today are the final, basically, consumers of energy, why not allow them directly invest into renewable energy projects and well, minimize the cost for them for the energy, and at the same time have more financing for more renewable energy projects. Mm-hmm. So this how idea of WePower came along. It was well, a long time in development, but we finally launched our MVP in September. Mm-hmm. And started working towards preparation for the crowd sale.
Okay, Nick, but I know that there are some similar projects on the market. Will you please explain us what are your differences and your advantages over them?
Yeah, let's say the similarity is that we all work in energy space. So there are some great projects out there as well, but they have a focus on different aspects of energy sector. So some work towards democratizing access to the wholesale market. Some work on microgrids, which is also it's a very good solution there, where you have communities and a community-based energy production. It's very interesting. In our case, we work on grid scale applications. So we work on large energy production from large solar power plants. Mm-hmm. And why we do that is that our idea is to create enough volume in energy contracts for people to be able to be 100% renewable, and at the same time make the market interesting for people to trade in energy. So we want to have transacted grid, and meaning that we want to have transactions between producers, people to people, and in this case we need volumes to do that. So after that stage is done, we might connect to other companies as well, partners that would integrate microgrids within the platform as well. So there are many different options. So I wouldn't say we're in competition. The world is very big, and we focus. Yeah, it is big, and we focus on one of the solutions that can have scalable global application, because we need to produce much more energy that we're doing today. And our idea, if we go and work with big producers and the wholesale market, and allow everybody in the world to finance big energy production, it will be, first of all, cheaper because you have always economies of scale. So basically give returns to the people who are buying those energy contracts, and help developers bring more projects online because they will have the capital they need.
Okay, and now just a few words about the team of the project, please.
Yeah, so the team is today, WePower is 24 professionals coming from different aspects of energy production, so energy sector. As I said, I'm coming from renewable energy development and delivery of energy to final consumers. Our CTO Kasper comes from a distribution systems operator, where he was heading energy development team. He was a CTO of a distribution systems operator. So he and his team were responsible for creating one of the most advanced smart grids in the world today. It's in Estonia with full penetration of smart meters. So each person, each household has a smart meter. They did that, and they joined the team of WePower to develop WePower platform and future solutions on top of that. So today we have a team of 14 engineers. We have people working, of course, in legal, in marketing, in business development. So today it's not a very big team, but it's a very tight and very experienced team to work with.
Okay, that's great. And now let's speak about the ICO. First of all, what are your main goals in terms of the soft cap and the hard cap?
Yeah, so the soft cap was set at 5 million, so that would allow us to start the development of the platform, and it will take us longer time to develop it fully, but we could already do that. Our hard cap is 35 million. It would allow us to go for 3 years and start with one project, let's say one country, and move forward developing other countries as well. Basically that's it from the money side.
Okay, and by the way, what is the current stage of development of the project? What do you have to the day?
Yeah, so the MVP was done in September, and it was launched there. We are currently working a lot on our alpha version, which it's almost ready. It's gonna be ready probably in the end of January, so we don't have to wait longer. And I hope we're planning to release it in the end of January. We're working on that very hard. And we have partnership with a transmission systems operator in Estonia, where we'll be able to test the solution fully on the active grid. So we see where the energy comes from, where the energy goes to, and push all the yearly data of smart contracts through the platform to see how it works.
Okay.
After we finish that. We finished the piloting during the summer. We'll be able to launch with our first target clients in Spain.
Yeah, well, please tell us more. What for exactly do you need this 35 million? What will be the key milestones of development?
Yeah, so for the development, today we have integrations within one country, so we're testing out that. We have some custom solutions that need to be developed for countries, so we could work in any country in the world. So we're lucky that in countries such as Estonia, we have a data hub to which we can connect and get all the required data. But in most countries, we need to build some solutions. They're not, well, I said custom solutions, but I would say it's a custom integration project because the solutions are out there, but we need to put them together for the platform to work correctly. And so we could basically come to any country in the world and do the same thing. So that's why we're also starting to work in Australia as well from February. To do the development in parallel to countries, so the solution would be truly international, so it could work in any country.
Okay, okay. And now please tell us about your token model, because the website stated that it's the revolutionary token model. So we want to know more about it.
Yeah, so the token model is, it has two values. Basically, first of them is being that you're able to participate in auctions for renewable energy. So whenever a new producer comes to the platform, he can, people who have WPR token can bet for the energy before everybody else does. Because there are much more, there will be much more customers who are on the platform than WPR token holders, unless they want to go and buy those from somebody. And the second, I'm sorry, the second value is that whenever a new producer comes to the platform, 0.9% of the energy that is being released on the platform goes to the smart contract, from which WPR token holders can get the energy back for their use, or they can sell it on the platform as well. So it is backed by green energy as well. And well, what the platform allows you, energy is much less volatile than any cryptocurrency today. So in the future, when the platform is already launched, you will basically be able to always move, convert from any other cryptocurrencies to energy contracts, which is a very interesting proposition.
Okay, I see. And what do you personally think about the future of the ICO market in the world?
From my experience, I would say that ICO market is a very interesting experiment. Well, yeah, because venture capital was it is quite limited to the fact that if you want to do a startup and you have a great idea, most probably you need to be in California, in the Valley, to do that, because the money is there. And I would say most of the venture capital firms would say that they would rather invest in the company in US and Silicon Valley than outside Silicon Valley, because it will be much easier to raise round A or round B. So the proposition of ICO is very interesting, that you can get the amount of money you need to do the project from day one. But with that, you have a lot of, you have to be conscious that you're given a lot of money to create your dream. But you have to be, mechanisms at some point probably should be in place that people have to, of course, do the due diligence on the teams, on the project. Plus, governance is very important because most of the projects today lack experience. They weren't working in any big companies, or weren't heading teams of people. So that puts pressure for them to develop their product. So I see that's the difference. And I think that in the coming year or years, the pendulum from one extreme of venture capital to the other extreme of ICO will be somewhere in the middle. So we'll see how that will happen. But as we see, ICO and token generation event market is here to stay, and I think it will create a lot of value. It creates value today, but it will create even more value in the future.
Okay. And just in conclusion, in very, very brief, why should I invest in WePower?
Well, you always should do your due diligence and check the white paper and see if it fits for you. But if you support green energy and, of course, you care about the world where you live in, the platform is there to help and give the power to the people to support green energy and do this shift from fossil fuels to green energy. And I think, we're all about, we care about the world. We like the world we live in. And that creates a very interesting opportunity for people to contribute to the green world. And at the same time, get a profit.
Okay, Nicolaj. Thank you very much for this interview and for being with us today. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
And I remind you that today my guest was Nick Martyniuk, a founder of WePower. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch more interesting videos. Bye-bye.